Hello, it is I, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic 80, for the Full Force News Burst Live. Just reacting and reporting on this rather brand new news where we have seen the classified series Book 1 cover revealed, and also a much more detailed synopsis than we've known in the past. So I thought I'd jump on and give a quick, it's probably going to be about 3 hours long, give a quick news burst kind of response and reactions and all that kind of jazz, and chat with you guys about it as well. So a couple of people jumping on. If you are watching, leave a comment and I will see it, and we'll ask questions if you want to throughout. It's also very cool. And we'll get stuck into this news. So then, when was it? It was years ago. In fact, I can tell you because I'm going to go on Amazon right now and see when I actually purchased this, when it went up. First up, hi Kip, hi Soundwave 278. How you doing, guys? Thanks for commenting. Keep them coming. If you're watching and enjoying it, just give us a like, or just hang out and enjoy it, and whatever you want to do. Just I love the interactivity. Love chatting with you guys. So obviously, the more the merrier. Hi Brian, how you doing, buddy? Well, the haps is classified series book 1. The cover and synopsis has been revealed, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about that right this second. So, way back, I purchased this on June 20th, 2021. It feels longer than that, but we're effectively looking at I think now is the July 26th, 2022 is when the book is actually coming out. Now, this book is, hey Brian, another Brian Hoffman and Brian Greenwood. Hi guys. This book is, hi Matthew as well. Thank you very much. Yeah, I enjoy this too. So I'm excited to see what's going on. Kip, you're gonna have to be more. Do you mean Nemesis Enforcer in general? We'll get to that in a second. Let me get to that in a second. I love Nemesis Enforcer figure. I think it's amazing. Let's talk this book first and foremost quickly, unless something's happened while I've gone live and missed something massive, because that is something that would happen to me. That is absolutely something that would happen to me. Anyway, focus, McLeod. Focus. It's getting towards the end of the day. I've got the weekly I'm editing right now. I've got the monthly I'm editing right now. It is a mess today. It is just not even worth talking about. Hi, Zartan. Hi, Sergeant Slaughterhouse. How are you guys doing? Right. Okay. In general, Nemesis Enforcer, the original action figure, I think it's brilliant. I love it. It was actually a little bit of a holy grail of mine, that 3-pack, the Cobra 3-pack. It took a long time for me to actually get it. I got it probably it's probably a long time ago now. It's probably about 6 or 7 years ago now. No, I don't know. It's not even worth trying to remember. But I did get it in recent times, and I love it. I think it's amazing. Anyway, back to this, and let's also what don't I add an image? There we go. Oh, we got like a double image going. Got a triple image going on because of the background I chose. So yes. This is the cover to the G.I. Joe Classified Book 1, author Kelly Scovran. Now, I believe it was Scovran who was the author originally, but I want to say it was a different name. I don't know the details of that actually, but it might be Kelly Scovran. I could have sworn it was a different first name. But anyway, not important right now. John Scovran, I think it was, actually. Originally, that's what we were being led to believe. So maybe Kelly Scovran has taken over and done this book instead, which is fine, totally cool. Interested to see what's going on here. Now, the cover. Now, we knew this going into when this was first released, or the information was first released. We knew that it was going to be like a young adult kind of focus, and it was going to be about these kind of high school kids, I think it was, getting embroiled within a G.I. Joe Cobra kind of situation. Yes, it is, Bryn. Yeah, this is the young adult novel, basically. The one that's been like promised to us a lot. It's been pushed back a lot. It's been a lot of delays on this. And I wonder if a lot of writing issues went on, because I'm almost certain it was John Scovran who was going to do this originally. Hey, Outback Stu. And so to see a different name, it's Kelly Scoveron. Could be an assumption that they're married or brother and sister. I don't know. I don't know the details of that, but I do know that it was John Scoveron originally who was supposed to be writing this. With all of the changes and all of the situation since the Snake Eyes movie, I wonder if a lot of things that, you know, and also the design change for the classified line, I wonder if a lot of that has gone into the delays on this. Like maybe I know you don't necessarily see in the book, but, you know, maybe ideas changed and they wanted to do something different, a different direction. And it's kind of, you know, that's put the delay on it. And maybe why we've got a different writer. It could be a different, it could be the same writer under a different name. I don't really know the details on that yet, but these are almost speculative guesses right now. So we knew that it was going to be young adult themed and it was going to focus around these younger kind of high school kids. And that is effectively what we're seeing immediately on the cover. I must admit, I was expecting something more generic, like, you know, like the generic characters for the classified line. Maybe art that's already been done used on it. So I'm glad we're seeing new art for it, honestly. We've got Snake Eyes in the background with his kind of like his vintage sword right there, which is pretty dope, but very classified-esque design on the mask. And then these three kids at the front who obviously are going to be the prominent characters here. We've almost got like Scarlet Roadblock and like Flint going on here, haven't we, in a weird way? But yeah, it's like we're covering some bases in the kids here, and these are obvious, but I'm assuming are going to be the lead characters. Now we also got a more detailed synopsis, which is cool. Actually, kind of gives us more ideas of what we're to actually expect in this. I'm gonna read it out because I haven't actually read it yet, because obviously I've just gone live immediately. Didn't really get enough time to actually soak in what this was saying. So I'll be reading this as you guys are hearing it about it as well, I guess. When Stan's mom gets the job offer of a lifetime at a cutting-edge tech company, Stan packs his bags and exchanges Chicago for Springfield, home to the secretive tech behemoth, Cobra Industries. I think we can see where it's going already, can't we, guys? That tech behemoth is that tech behemoth is Cobra Industries, which is clearly Cobra. In it? Yeah, definitely. Saying goodbye to big city life is only the first challenge Stan faces in moving to Springfield, a town that's eerily under the thumb of his mother's powerful employer. Cobra has its hand in everything, including the Lyre XR augmented reality headsets that Stan and his fellow students at Springfield Academy are asked to beta test. At first, Stan loves his headset. Data on his classmates is at his fingertips, and the Lyre's custom filters make school sort of fun. But then he meets Scarlett. Ichi no Zoro Mi and Julien and his new friends show him there's a lot more going on behind Cobra's flashy tech. When several kids go missing at school, Stan and his friends set out to uncover the truth behind the devices, but the further they dig, the more sinister the conspiracy at the heart of their town appears. Cool. So, you know, again, it's got that the focus is on the kids here, isn't it, basically? Interesting that one of the characters is called Scarlett that you meet, and the young girl looks like Scarlett. So I don't know how is that Scarlett from G.I. Joe? And she's going to be much younger? I don't know. This is all news to me, and I'm quite excited. Scarlett, Ichi, no Zoro, Mi, and Julien. Okay, cool. So I'm guessing here, but maybe Scarlett is the young girl on the cover. I want to say that Stan is probably the more prominent central white character there. Just based on how the book, I'm judging the book by its cover effectively right now. And maybe Julien is the character on the black character. I don't know. And then obviously maybe Ichi no Zoro Mi is not on the cover. Don't know. We'll have to see. I might be reading it wrong. What do you guys think? But that's what I'm guessing at the moment. Could be completely wrong on that. Scarlett could be the black character because he's wearing a red shirt. Who knows? I love the fact he's got that Springfield shirt. I kind of want a Springfield Academy t-shirt now. This is funny how this stuff develops, isn't it? It's not even like in the lexicon yet, and I'm already wanting that T-shirt that he's wearing. Yeah, and this is a very important point here, Matthew. Yeah, it's going to be important to have additional media for the line's longevity. I totally agree with that. We've already sort of had a computer game with Operation Blackout, utilizing the classified designs. This I expected to be out a lot earlier. I expected this to be out like almost a month after it was revealed, if that. I just assumed it would be out really quick, but obviously things have happened to cause this to be delayed. Currently, like I said before, it is slated for July 26th of this year. So right in the sweet spot of the whole Yojo June, Yojo July summer kind of scenario. Yeah, I've ordered it. I ordered this way back. If you're late to the show, guys, I ordered this way back on the 20th of June, 2021. It says last purchased. So I guess that I feel like it's been much longer than that, but clearly not. So yeah, interesting to see how this. Obviously, it's not aimed at me. It's not aimed at Captain 41-year-old over here, soon to be, well, this year to be 42. Sigh. Or probably anybody of us watching at the moment. But you know, I've still ordered it because I'm desperate to see what it was about. I'm still going to give it a read and check it out. And like I said, this is a young adult novel. It's not really aimed at us at all. But I still want to kind of check it out. I'm also interested as well if it leads to kind of, you know how like the computer game, like Rise of Cobra computer game led to Helix's kind of, you know, appearance, first appearance as a character. I wonder if this might kind of create some new characters. I'm not necessarily expecting them to do 3 young kids from high school Springfield Academy characters, but maybe other characters within the book that have, you know, that are either in G.I. Joe or Cobra. I'm kind of excited a little bit to see that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That obviously, like I said, it's the news that the cover and the synopsis have been kind of like revealed today. So I thought I'd jump on, do a quick news burst live, because obviously I'm doing other things on Friday. I'm editing the weekly, like I said. I still haven't finished editing the monthly, which is the O-Ring special, which should be out soon as well. That was great. That was Eric, Adam, myself, and Pat on that one. Really a fun episode. I think you guys are going to really enjoy that. And obviously the weekly I just recorded with Pat, and then obviously missed this news to add it to it. So we'll be talking about this next week with myself and Pat, and hopefully Justin, who couldn't join us for the weekly, even though we would have loved him to come on and talk about his work on Renegade Game Studios, but that isn't the case. So what have we got coming through from you guys here? Terrio thinks it's going to be a flop. It could well be. I mean, I have pre-ordered it, but it's because it's got G.I. Joe written on it. But I'm really excited to see what actually kind of happens with it. James Howlett says, awesome synopsis. Sounds like the Hank Scorpio episode from Simpsons. Yes! Yes, James! Oh, my word. That was probably the funniest episode, isn't it? Where he's like Homer keeps opening doors and there's like James Bond things happening in the background. Oh, my goodness. That episode is so funny. Yeah, big time. It does kind of sound like that, doesn't it? I'm really into that. Matthew says, well, with the license changing at the end of the year, we should see the next push and maybe some synergy with current lines. Yeah, totally. I'd love to see some more media. I know we've got the computer games kind of on the horizon, that they're being developed, and I am super excited about that. I know it's kind of Wizards of the Coast, but it's almost like, you know, more than that now, isn't it? It's like, because obviously this Chris Cox, ex-Wizards of the Coast CEO, is now the CEO of Hasbro. Taking over from the recently departed and recently deceased departed Brian Goldner, rest in peace. Still hits me hard that I having met him as well, and he was so nice to me. It was like, you know, you just don't expect that. You don't expect that from like someone who's got better things to do than stop and talk to someone in the street about G.I. Joe. Do you know what I mean? Like he was really cool. And yeah, I feel really, it just always hit me pretty bad that he passed away. So, and really sad for his family as well. So anyway, yes, sorry, coming back to what Matthew was saying, I agree, mate. I think, yeah, like with a lot of things kind of shifting around, things moving around. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more classified related media. Outback is desperately trying to find Outback connections, aren't you, buddy? Outback's daughter. Could be. The redheads. She should have survival written on a shirt, though. So, because you're born with that as well, aren't you? Adam Drake. Hi, buddy. I pre-ordered the book as soon as they listed it. I'm really looking forward to reading it with my kids. You see, that's another little good angle, isn't it? Like being able to buy it, and actually, if you've got children, which I know a lot of you more than likely have, being of age, would be a great option to kind of read with your kids, and obviously give them like some nice kind of, I don't know, some like good kind of GI Joe based stuff to kind of like get into as well. You know, like I like that. I think that's really cool. And are they excited, Adam? Have you told them about? I mean, are they aware that you're going to be doing this? Let me know. I'd like to know what their thoughts are going into this, because obviously they know that you're a GI Joe guy. So I'd like to know what their thoughts are about this kind of stuff. Are they excited for it? You know, Bryn, I think it sounds like it could be fun, but it might be a hard sell to young readers depending on how far it goes into military aspects of the story. Honestly, Bryn, I don't think it's going to go into that much military aspects. It's probably going to be from their point of view for the most part, Stan's point of view, I imagine, from the majority of this. And it'll be them getting embroiled in this battle between G.I. Joe and Cobra. That's what I fully expect to be going on here. So I don't think they're going to be focusing. It's not going to be like a Larry Hama comic, is it? Where all due respect to the legend and godfather of the brand, but like they're not going to be going into like the minutia of what ammunition this rifle takes, or what process is for a halo jump, or that kind of stuff. You're not going to be seeing that. You're probably not going to be experiencing that. Like I said, this is going to be focused on the younger side of things, the younger audience, and yeah, that's what I think is going to happen there. But yeah, you never know, Bryn. If it is heavy military, right, it's probably going to be heavy tech by the sound of it. A lot of talk about augmented reality, Decobra being a tech firm, a tech behemoth. So yeah, and also interesting that it's going Decobra, not Cobra. None of that. It's not. It's much more like renegades in that sense, although I think they were still calling themselves Cobra Industries. It was just run by Adam Decobra, wasn't it? But yeah, still awesome. Outback Stu says, my kids don't give a crap about G.I. Joe. Sad dad. I'm sure you're not the only one, Stu, in that scenario. Phoebe, my little dog, she doesn't give a crap either. Not that that's the same, but it is for me. Very much the same for me and my wife. Adam Drake says, my daughters love the cartoon and the figures. My 6-year-old is just getting into chapter books, so this is a no-brainer for us. That's really cool. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm so happy they love the cartoon and the figures. That's great. Man, I go back to when I was a kid at that age. I remember being like, how old would I have been? I'd have been about 6 myself when Action Force, International Heroes, Hasbro hit shelves. And everything, like the merch, the comics, all that stuff. I even talk about it in the monthly episode, so that's kind of nice synergy there. Synergy. Yeah, and I just remember just being absolutely blown away by everything and just falling in love with Flint, Jay, Snake Eyes, just, Footloose, Televipers, Crimson Guard. They're on everything. Televipers and Crimson Guard are on every piece of merchandise in the United Kingdom. It was amazing. So yeah, that's great, man, to hear that they're into that. Yeah, I want to go back actually and have a look at that cover a little bit more as well. So we're seeing the female character on that cover, very much similar looking to Scarlet. In fact, I'm going out on a limb. That's going to be Scarlet, the G.I. Joe Scarlet. It's got to be. She's just going to be very young, and they're going to start young in this, like going forward, I think. That's what I'm just expecting here. Who knows? Who knows? It might be like the early, like Decobra Industries, not yet Cobra. G.I. Joe, not really yet G.I. Joe. I don't know. I'm obviously there's a lot more information we need to glean from this before we can make any more judgments, I think. But I'm excited. I'm always excited for it. Always, even if like Like, no matter what it is, I'm always like, oh, great, I can't wait to see that. I'm even excited. Well, I haven't bought any yet, mainly because I want to see what they look like quality-wise. But those Gear Homies clothes, I'm not sure if you guys have seen those yet. We talk about it on the weekly, which will be out tomorrow. But I haven't really done any news bursts or anything about it. I did post a link on the socials. Gear Homies is a website that it's unofficial as well, that's the thing. But they've got this whole range of G.I. Joe clothing. And you can get like hooded sweatshirt, tracksuit type one, like, you know, two pieces, but as G.I. Joe characters. And there's loads of them. But I haven't bought any into anything yet because I'm a bit concerned about the quality. So if anyone has actually bought any or has purchased some, and when you get them in, let me know what they're like. Because if they're really, really cool for $60, I think I'll probably have to pick up like a hooded sweatshirt, pants combo of like Flint, Beachhead, Major Blood, you know, Crimson Guard, etc., etc. They look so good. Adam Care. Scarlet was on the early cover image there. What was the early cover image they posted? Wasn't it just generic classified imagery? Let me know, because I don't remember an early cover image other than the generic classified artwork. Please go into more detail on that, because I might have missed something on that particular scenario. Action figure expert. Hello, Mr. MCC Loud. How are you doing today? Hope you all is well with Joe. All is well, action figure expert. I hope you're doing well too. I just wanted, I'll put that there because thank you. I like those kind of comments. And yeah, everything is good. Busy, lots of work having to be done, but still all good. Thank you. I hope you're doing well too, bud. What does using Cobra as a multinational corporation that uses its wealth and inflict to trick the world through monetary means, then uses PMCs to destabilize regions and arm both sides using Mars. This is your synopsis now, isn't it? You're just building on it. Yeah, I can see them doing that. Ritz Murphy has popped in just to say hi, Ritz. Just popped in to say, looking forward to the O-Ring Monthly and the Weekly. Yeah, they're going to be, hopefully I'll get them done in decent time. I've only just started the weekly edit. I know I've got so much time left on that. Thanks. I'm blaming Pat for that mainly. We had 2 stories to talk about, and we go on for ages, as we always do. So yeah, thank you, Ritz, for your comment, bud. Corrupt countries. Sorry, Matthew. Yeah, that's what you were trying to say before. So modern Cobra needs to be a multinational corporation that uses its financial influence to corrupt countries and PMCs to destabilize others and selling weapons and aid through Mars and extensive enterprises. Yeah, that's what it would be like nowadays. That's exactly what it would be nowadays. It would be like one of those situations where the stakes were so high because it was a big multinational corporation with just, you know, too much more money than they could do with. So it would be like easy for them to dominate, and also kind of still stay a little bit hidden in an odd way. Yes, Bryn, Snake Eyes is in the background. You've just noticed because he's not very big. Yeah, I don't know how he's going to figure into it, honestly. Like I said, I'm not sure where we're coming at this. Obviously, like it's not like the 80s because we're talking multi-tech, we're talking tech companies, augmented reality, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's working for that G.I. Joe was an 80s thing. You know, like this could be the beginning of G.I. Joe. It could be just using the kids here as a way to introduce the battle between Cobra Industries and G.I. Joe. So they're already established, but who knows? They could become a thing within this book. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, I'm sure we'll find out eventually. I guess also it was that there'll be like obviously more details to come before the book comes out as well. So hopefully we'll find a little bit more out soon. Oh, Adam, yes. I just remembered it being Scarlet, but you're very likely correct that it was existing art as a placeholder. I believe it was, because I remember doing the burst for it, and I used that generic artwork for the book kind of thing. So yeah, I believe it was. Yeah, cool. Oh, action figure expert. Have I ever asked myself why they called the October Guard the Red October, and then another episode, and then went back to them as the October Guard in another episode? Um, I've never asked myself that, but I just assumed that it was because they hadn't landed on the October Guard yet, and they preferred it, and then at that point they'd already used it as Red October, and then went in and did it elsewhere. I just assumed that was the case. I'd never really thought about it much, honestly, but that's something I will. I'll probably go back to and see if I can dig something up about it. I'm sure there is information regarding that somewhere. People like, who were involved in the cartoon, like Buzz Dixon, would probably be a good person to ask for that. And I'm close with Buzz, so I will probably broach that with him. But thank you for that, action figure expert, and I'll try and get back to you, unless you know and you're just quizzing me, in which case that's really mean. But no, if I do find out, I will let you know. Peppermint oil capsule, I will answer this. Any news on Disorder of Battle, please? Love reliving those adventures. A real apologies on that. It's not cancelled. It's not stopped. It's just on a kind of temporary hiatus, because myself and Brian do those episodes. And I love doing them with Brian, and Brian loves doing them. So for those that aren't aware, because if you might be new to the Full Force, we used to do a series of videos called Disorder of Battle, which was when myself and Brian would discuss issues of the original Battle Action Force comics. So we kind of break them up into like stories, not necessarily individual comics, but individual story arcs. And then we would kind of go through them, like literally go through almost every panel and analyze it and talk about it and have a joke and laugh and everything. And they're fun episodes. But unfortunately, because it's myself and Brian is super busy at the moment with all the other things he's doing, he's multiple books that he's working on. Getting time for the both of us to kind of like sync is the problem there. And as soon as we can, we will finish. It's probably like part 3 of the Iron Blood Operation Bloodhound, but we will get to it eventually. I promise you that. I just don't know when. Like I said, lots of issues have to line up, and then as soon as they do, we can do it. Anyway, sorry for that, Peppermint. Tyrone Wested says, have you guys seen the Kickstarter for 112 howitzers for classified/action force? I haven't seen. I don't think I have seen that, Tyrone, honestly. Unless is that the I'm gonna have to. I think I know what you mean, but no, I haven't really looked at it at all yet. I must admit though, I'm seeing a lot of kind of like the 112 stuff going on is pretty amazing. Like I know that I've seen loads of like custom 112 like vehicles, which look insane. Like the Skyhawk was done, and I think the Vamp, and loads of vehicles like that. And then yeah, I might have seen that. Is it like the flak cannon? Let me know in the comments, because I think that's what I saw and it looks awesome. But yeah, no, I haven't, Tyrone, I don't think. But let me know if I'm correct on that. Oh, and an action figure expert doesn't know why they call them Red October on that one. Okay, no worries. Well, I'll see if I can do some digging on that. And I'm sure it's information that's known. I just don't personally know it myself off the top of my head. I come across as an expert sometimes on this stuff, but it's because I give you everything you need to know. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll do an edited video and make myself look really good. I don't know everything at all, but I'm fairly knowledgeable on it. I've been studying it for 41 years, pretty much. Not that long, but I've been studying it for a while. Have I seen Classified Tiger Force Outback? Of course I have. Outback Stu. I'm not sure if you're aware, mate, but I am a huge fan of Tiger Force Outback, and of course now Classified Tiger Force Outback. I'm well in. Oh, you're just joking. You're just kidding with me. It's fine. That's cool. Gridiron Studios is what they're called. Hooded CobraCommander, thank you. The Kickstarter for this 112 stuff. Yes, I have seen that. Yes, I have, Tyrone, and it looks amazing. Oh yeah, and you've also said, yeah, it's by Gridiron Studios. One of the add-ons is a really cool communications suite. Yeah, I did see that. It looks really dope. Yeah, really, really dope. Outback Stu, I will have to also add to that. Getting a classified Tiger Force Outback before any other Tiger Force figures was mind-blowing. When that news, because okay, so I knew about that for quite some time before the reveal, quite almost like a year in advance, almost. And when I heard about it, I wasn't quite in belief. I was in disbelief still. When they revealed it, I was almost in tears. I was like, are you seriously serious? Like, I just could not bring myself to believe that a European exclusive, which was you could also argue was also done in South America, as in a similar way, but was first done in the European Tiger Force, just blew me away. Like, I was like, of all the characters they could have done, and they start with that one. Nothing. It's perfect in a weird way, because he's almost like, even though he wasn't part of the original US lineup, he's almost like the quintessential Tiger Force character because of the big kitty shirt, like. So yeah, I was all about it and so excited to see they did it, and I cannot wait, not just for that one, but then for the inevitable standard deco Outback, which, like I said, it's inevitable, right? What else we got going on here? Ryan Sweeney, hello, you double Fers. Amazing. Full forces, he means. What have we got going on? Action Figure Expert says, yeah, check out the episodes in Vegas, and then the one with the Alaskan seal, and then one of the episodes of Arise Penta Rise. Yeah, no, I totally, I believe you 100%. Like I said, I don't know why the change. I don't at all. Oh, Tyrone, let's have a look here. Wonder if those will start being available next week during the Target haulathon. Not sure. He should. I mean, I think obviously there's a little bit in the way of shipping delays and stuff like that, but we should be seeing him soon. There was that somehow those, what was it? The Python Patrol Vipers snuck out, didn't they? So yeah, and I'm still calling dodgy and sketchy on that one. I think that might have been a little bit of backdoor factory action, or Bactory action, as I'm going to call it from now on, because I can't see how an exclusive for another store would end up at Amazon ahead of it actually being at all sent out. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see. Not sure. Mate, you say Outback, Stu, you wanted OG Outback, but any Outback is awesome. Mate, they're going to do him. They're going to do standard design Outback. It's the whole point of having Tiger Force repaints in your Target exclusives. It'll happen. And I'm almost convinced we'll get a Night Force one at some point as well, probably in the future. But they're going to get the most out of that tooling pal. I swear to you. Matthew says they took his gingerness away. He's still got ginger hair, right? No, it's white, isn't it? Of course, it's the classified. Yeah, of course, it's the Tiger Force one. Of course. Yeah. They did, and it was hilarious how they did that back in the day. It's like, you're in a sub team now, guys, so you need to change your hair. And if you've got an animal, you're gonna have to dye that as well. Spearhead and Max, sorry, buddy, we're gonna have to paint you black. And yeah, he probably wouldn't mind at all. I know, isn't it the best phrase ever? Action Figure Expert, backdoor factory action, or Bactory action is what I'm going to call it from now on. Okay, just combine it, or Baction. To really trim it down. backdoor factory action, because that's what it feels like. It feels like it's just being snuck out the back of the factory in a very sketchy way. That's what I think, anyway. And you said please, so it'll happen. Outback. You said please, so it'll happen. Okay then, right. Well, guys, I could stay on all night, but I don't feel the need to do that tonight necessarily. Thank you so much though for jumping on and chatting with me. I say that because I've got loads of work to do, and I still haven't taken the trash out, and I kind of want to do that before Kate gets home, because it's in the doorway and she's going to just walk straight into a load of trash. So I will call it a night, guys. Thank you for jumping on and chatting with me about this amazing book reveal, cover reveal, I should say, and synopsis reveal. Thank you so much for all your comments as well. Really appreciate it. Like I said, it doesn't need to be a big one. It's only a little news story. We can talk again on the next time I'm on. Like I said, tomorrow, weekly. Day after that, maybe even later in the day, the monthly. We've got loads. Well, we've got like the normal amount of things coming up. I will be reacting to any news in the week. We'll be getting more, obviously, the weekly out to you the following week. In between that, I'm trying to line up some stuff. I won't commit to it just yet as to what that is. I also should have shut the blind, really, shouldn't I? Because I've got this weird kind of like, I don't know, like sexy light effect going on. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, guys, as always. See you on the next one. And of course, I can't leave without doing the usual. You know what to do. After 3, 1, 2, 3, full force. Catch you later.
That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.